Did you know that in ancient China, people believed the tiger could scare away ghosts? Or that it wasn't just a real animal, but also a magical creature in stories, often guarding sacred mountains and protecting villages from harm? And here's something even more surprising: the tiger was seen as a symbol of the West, and even of autumn. Imagine that. A giant striped cat, representing an entire season and direction. Now, speaking of tigers and sleeping, if you're wondering whether a tiger snores, we don't really know. But if you hear something loud tonight, let's just pretend it's a sleepy tiger dreaming peacefully, just like you're about to do. This video is here to help you drift into the deepest, calmest sleep. No pressure, no worries. Just soft words, slow thoughts, and the soothing comfort of ancient stories. So, as we begin this quiet journey, remember, you don't have to stay awake. You can let go anytime. Let your mind wander, your body relax, and your breath slow down. In ancient China, the tiger was never just an animal. It was a powerful symbol. A protector. A force of nature that was both respected and feared. But unlike the loud, roaring tiger you might picture in the jungle, this tiger lived more in the quiet parts of the imagination. In the brush strokes of old paintings. In whispered tales passed down through generations. In carved stones in ancient temples where people came to feel safe. The tiger, in Chinese symbolism, stood for bravery. It was courage in the face of danger. People believed that wearing tiger charms or hanging pictures of tigers could keep evil away. That just the image of a tiger's face, with its wide eyes and fierce stripes, could scare off spirits that meant harm. There was a belief in 5 sacred animals that ruled over different parts of the world. The green dragon ruled the east. The red bird watched over the south. The black tortoise guarded the north. The white tiger stood in the west. And in the center sat the yellow dragon. Each of these creatures wasn't just a myth, they were a part of how ancient people understood the world. The white tiger, called by Huan Chinese, was seen when the stars of a certain constellation became visible in the sky. That was a sign that autumn had come. Leaves would fall. The air would cool. And the tiger would walk silently across the land. In tombs of noble families, you might find carvings of tigers on stone walls. These were not just decorations. They were guardians, placed there to keep the dead safe on their journey into the afterlife. The tiger would stand watch. It would make sure no evil entered. And in the quiet darkness of those tombs, the spirit of the tiger waited with stillness, like a peaceful breath between dreams. There's something comforting about how the tiger was seen as part of a balance. In Taoist thought, everything had 2 sides, yin and yang. The tiger was often matched with the dragon. The dragon was powerful, but flowing like water. The tiger was strong, but rooted like the earth. Together, they were in harmony. Not enemies. Not opposites. Just different ways of showing strength. And strength, in this old way of thinking, wasn't about being loud. It was about being steady. Patient. Calm. As you listen, let your own breath become steady. Imagine the tiger walking slowly through tall grass. Not rushing. Not hunting. Just walking. Each paw touching the ground with care. Each step soft and full of purpose. That quiet movement, the hush of fur brushing against leaves, is the kind of strength the ancients admired. A strength that comes without noise. That simply is. In traditional medicine, the tiger was also seen as a source of power. Some believed that its bones held energy. That by using parts of the tiger, they could treat pain or sickness. But over time, this belief caused harm to real tigers. And today, many people work hard to protect tigers instead. They want the tiger to remain in the forests. Not in bottles or boxes. But in the wild, where it belongs. Still, in the gentle world of dreams, the ancient tiger remains. A symbol, not an animal. A quiet guardian watching over sleeping villages. In some old paintings, you might see a child riding on the back of a tiger. There's no fear in that picture. Just wonder. The tiger is calm. Its eyes are wide, but kind. Its body strong, but peaceful. Like a bedtime story that holds no danger. Only mystery. Even the way the tiger was drawn in ancient art tells us something. The stripes were often bold, but never wild. The tail curled softly. The paws had strength, but also restfulness. The artist didn't want to show attack. They wanted to show control. Peaceful power. A presence you could trust. So, if you feel your thoughts wandering, that's okay. Let them wander like the tiger walks, unhurried, light, and quiet. In Chinese opera, the tiger sometimes appears in masks. Bright colors. Fierce eyes. But also, a bit of playfulness. The actor might move like a tiger, slow and silent at first, then suddenly quick and graceful. But in the end, the tiger always returns to stillness. To balance. The way a dream begins with motion but ends in rest. Sometimes, the tiger was connected to children. Little ones wore tiger hats or tiger shoes, embroidered with stripes and ears. These weren't just cute. They were protective. The tiger spirit was meant to keep the child safe from harm. To guard their sleep, much like this story is doing now for you. Let yourself feel that. Imagine a tiger curled up beside your bed. Not wild. Not roaring. Just breathing. Steady and deep. Like the rhythm of your own breath. In and out. In and out. Gentle. Quiet. Safe. In the legends, tigers lived in the western mountains. Far from cities. Places where the wind whispered through the trees. Where time moved slowly. Where the stars shone brighter. The people believed that's where the white tiger walked. And maybe, in some way, it still does. Not in the forests of today, but in the corners of stories. In the stillness of night. In your dreams. So if your eyes are feeling heavy now, that's okay. You can rest. The tiger will keep watch. It always has. And as you drift deeper, deeper still, know that the ancient people didn't see the tiger as a threat. They saw it as a protector. A guardian. A guide. A soft shadow in the night that kept the world in balance. Let your thoughts soften now. Let your body sink into the bed. Let your breath be slow and kind. The tiger is near. But it does not roar. It does not chase. It waits. Calm. Strong. Quiet. Like the night itself. And you are safe. You are so very safe. The tiger has always moved between worlds, between the wild and the sacred, between what is seen and what is felt. In the quiet of ancient Chinese nights, the tiger was not just an animal prowling through bamboo forests. It was a spirit. A quiet watcher. A symbol written into the stars, into silk scrolls, into the soft folds of sleeping minds. And even now, as you listen, maybe you can feel it too, that slow, silent strength. That calm presence in the darkness. The tiger that doesn't need to growl to be heard. That doesn't need to run to be powerful. It simply is. There's a gentle comfort in imagining that something as fierce as a tiger could also be so calm. So peaceful. In many homes, people would draw a tiger on their front doors. Not because they feared it, but because they trusted it. They believed the tiger would keep them safe through the night. That it would stand guard while they rested. Just like now. So if your eyes begin to close, it's alright. Let the soft image of the tiger stay with you. Not roaring. Not hunting. Just watching. Just being. Like a breath that never breaks rhythm. Long ago, people believed the stripes on a tiger's forehead formed the shape of a Chinese character. The word king. Wang. The tiger was the king of all beasts. But it didn't need a throne. Its kingdom was made of misty hills and quiet forests. Its power wasn't loud. It was deep. Ancient. Certain. And when the wind rustled through the trees at night, people said that was the tiger walking by. Brushing against the world. Not to disturb it. Just to remind it that balance was being kept. That everything was still in order. Tigers lived in poems too. In the verses of old poets who sat by candlelight, listening to the sounds of the night, trying to capture the feeling of quiet power. One poet wrote about hearing a tiger far off in the distance, its presence not seen, but known. Like a thought that lingers at the edge of a dream. A presence just beyond the reach of words. That's the kind of tiger we're talking about now. The one that lives in dreams and soft thoughts. The one you don't need to see to feel. The one that walks so slowly it barely stirs the air. Imagine now, if you like, a mountain under moonlight. A soft silver glow over ancient stone. Somewhere up there, a tiger walks. Its paws pressed gently into the moss. It makes no sound. But the world feels different where it passes. More still. More whole. In Chinese folklore, tigers didn't just guard the living. They protected the dead too. In graves built long ago, people placed small stone tigers by the head and feet of the buried. So they wouldn't be alone. So they have protection, even in dreams that last forever. And so now, here in this soft moment of stillness, you too are guarded. Not by stone or legend, but by the quiet understanding that you are safe. Completely safe. You can let go. You can drift. In the zodiac, people born in the year of the tiger are thought to be brave. Confident. But even brave hearts need rest. Even the tiger sleeps. Deep in a shaded den, under the ash of tall trees, it curls its body. It closes its eyes. And the world waits quietly until it wakes again. If thoughts come into your mind, let them pass like leaves floating downstream. You don't need to hold on to anything. Not stories. Not questions. Just let it all drift by. The tiger doesn't chase every breeze. It watches. And it waits. In some legends, the tiger was a messenger from heaven. A creature that walked between this world and the next. Not afraid. Not in a rush. But full of meaning. Maybe that's why its image was drawn with such care, every stripe considered, every claw curved with attention. As if the tiger knew something we didn't. As if its silence carried messages we could only understand while dreaming. And now, as you begin to drift deeper, you might feel the ash of ancient forests. The soft ground beneath the tiger's feet. The cool air brushing through leaves. The stillness wrapping around you like a warm blanket. Nothing needs to be done right now. There's nowhere to go. No thoughts to chase. No answers to find. Only this moment. Only rest. The tiger is here. And it's not going anywhere. Over time, tigers became symbols not just of bravery, but of peace through strength. Not loud strength. But quiet strength. A stillness that holds everything together. So let your breath be slow. Let your shoulders loosen. Let your hands rest. You don't need to hold anything now. You are held. By the night. By the quiet. By the old stories that drift in like fog and fade gently into dreams. There is no danger here. Only the soft echo of ancient belief. The tiger is watching. But not watching you. Watching over you. And as you fall deeper into sleep, remember this, in the old stories, the tiger didn't always fight. It walked. It waited. It guarded. It stood still, so that others could rest. So rest now. Let the day melt away. Let the night unfold like silk. You are safe. You are calm. And you are not alone. The tiger is near. Quiet. Still. Just like you. And sleep is coming. Slowly. Gently. Like footsteps on soft earth. Let it come. Let it stay. In the gentle silence of ancient belief, the tiger kept walking. Always slow. Always certain. It never hurried, never stumbled. It just moved, like a shadow in moonlight. And even now, that old symbol still moves quietly in our minds. A silent shape of strength and calm, slipping through stories, pausing only to remind us that it's still here. There's something peaceful in knowing that people long ago saw the tiger not as a beast of chaos, but as a balance to the world. A force that brought order, even if it came with teeth and claws. Because in their stories, the tiger didn't need to strike. Just being there was enough. Its presence brought safety. Its gaze kept the world steady. Some would say that when the tiger roamed the mountain, evil spirits stayed far away. Not because the tiger roared, but because it didn't have to. A quiet kind of protection. Like a soft lamp glowing in the dark, keeping nightmares just out of reach. And maybe that's all you need right now too. A gentle reminder that you're protected. Watched over. Safe. You can let go of the day. Let go of the noise. Let go of all the thoughts that tug at your mind. You don't need to carry them tonight. The tiger is here. And the tiger never sleeps until you do. In the old tales, there were many kinds of tigers. Each had a color. A meaning. A place. The white tiger of the West. The guardian of metal, of autumn, of endings. But not endings in a sad way. Endings that feel like rest. Like finishing something well. Like lying down after a long walk. That kind of ending. Gentle. Natural. Calm. And as the white tiger appeared in the sky, through the stars, through the constellation that bore its name, people would breathe a little easier. It meant the world was still turning. That the seasons were still flowing. That balance remained. So, if your breathing is soft now, that's good. You're already in step with the rhythm of the old stories. Slow. Steady. No rush. Just like the tiger's steps. Children long ago might sleep with a little tiger pillow. Shaped like the animal, stuffed with soft cotton, sometimes with painted eyes and embroidered paws. A comfort beside them through the night. The idea was simple: if a tiger watched over your dreams, nothing bad could enter them. That belief was woven into lullabies, into bedtime stories, into the gentle act of tucking a blanket under a chin. Now, maybe you can imagine a pillow like that. Not too big. Not too fierce. Just soft. Familiar. Safe. A tiny guardian at your side, with eyes that never close. With ears that always listen. But never a sound. Just presence. Even temples sometimes had tiger statues standing at their gates. Not to frighten visitors, but to show that the place was sacred. Protected. Watched over by something powerful, but calm. And if you were passing by, late at night, the statues might catch the moonlight just right, just enough to remind you that you weren't alone in the darkness. Let that feeling stay with you now. That still company. That quiet watching. In Taoist traditions, the tiger's energy was connected to the earth. Grounded. Strong. It didn't float like the dragon or fly like the phoenix. It stayed close to the land. Rooted. Solid. When people wanted to feel steady, to feel present, they called on the tiger's spirit. To help them stay where they were. To feel safe in their own steps. So if your mind starts to wander, it's okay. But you don't have to follow it. Just let it go, like mist rising off a hillside. You can stay here. Grounded. Steady. Safe. The tiger is near. Its paws never stumble. Its breath never hurries. In art, the tiger was drawn with a certain shape. Not just a wild animal, but a pattern. A flow. The stripes weren't random. They followed the curve of the body like water moving around a stone. Every line had purpose. And in those lines, people saw more than an animal. They saw patience. Design. Beauty. It's nice to think about that kind of care. How even a fierce creature was drawn so gently. How much softness was hidden in something so strong. And maybe that's how sleep comes too. Quietly. softly, wrapped in strength, but needing no words. No effort. You've been listening for a while now. That's enough. You don't have to take in every word. You don't have to remember any of it. Let the stories wash over you. Let the old tales hum quietly like wind through old trees. Maybe the tiger is lying down now, just beyond the edge of your thoughts. Curled gently in the grass. Tail tucked. Eyes half closed. Listening, but not tense. Watching, but not worried. It knows the world is calm. It knows the night is safe. And so do you. So rest your head. Let your arms be light. Let your breath be warm and slow. There is nothing more to do tonight. Only this moment. Only this breath. The tiger is here. And it's waiting for you to sleep. You can rest now. Truly rest. As deeply as the old forests. As quietly as the still mountains. As gently as a tiger walking through mist. Everything is okay. Everything is quiet. Everything is soft. Sleep is near. Let it come. The tiger doesn't rush. It never has. It moves slowly, patiently, as if time itself bends around its steps. That's the kind of feeling you can keep with you tonight. The world outside might still be turning, but in this quiet space, time has slowed to a gentle pause. Just like the tiger walking through a quiet grove, you are allowed to simply be. In the stories told long ago, the tiger didn't need a path. It walked where it wanted, and the world opened softly around it. Trees bowed slightly. Winds whispered low. The tiger belonged to every place it touched, and yet, it carried a mystery with it, never staying long, never needing to. That's how dreams can feel too. They come softly, without a sound. They don't knock. They don't ask. They arrive when you're ready. When you slow down just enough to notice the hush in your own thoughts. And maybe that's where you are now. That gentle space where the tiger waits. Where your breathing has slowed. Where your body feels like it's sinking, soft and still, into the comfort beneath you. People believe that tigers could chase away not just evil, but illness too. That the presence of the tiger could drive out bad spirits, unwanted energy, or disharmony. So they painted tigers on medicine jars. They carved them into amulets. And just the sight of the tiger was enough to remind them they were stronger than what troubled them. You can carry that feeling too. Not as something loud. Not something you have to think about. Just a quiet certainty. That you're protected. That even your softest moments are safe. That even when you're asleep, the tiger is still watching. It doesn't need to move quickly. And neither do you. If your mind begins to drift, let it. Let it wander softly through old forests, over hills lit by stars, through warm shadows where nothing startles and nothing rushes. Some tales said that the tiger could control wind. That when it roared, the air itself moved. Trees would sway. Leaves would scatter. But most of the time, the tiger didn't roar. It was quiet. It let the wind stay still. And the calm that followed, that was the tiger's true power. Just like now. There's no wind here. Only stillness. Only the quiet hush of your breath. In. And out. Gentle. Untroubled. If you imagine yourself walking beside the tiger now, there's no fear. Its body moves beside yours without sound. You don't need to speak. You don't even need to think. The ground is soft beneath your feet. The air is cool. You feel the rhythm of something ancient, something steady, and it matches the beat of your heart. You are not alone. You are never alone. In another old tale, they said that when a great general died, his soul could rise again as a tiger. Not to fight, but to protect. To become a silent guardian of the land he once served. That idea that even in the next life, the tiger stayed watchful gave people peace. A kind of comfort that stayed with them long after the stories were told. And now that story can stay with you too. Not because you need protection from anything, but because you deserve to feel watched over. To rest without worry. To let go without fear. Even the stars knew the tiger. When the night sky was clear, and certain constellations appeared, it was said that the white tiger had taken its place again. That the skies were right. That the world had remembered its rhythm. Tonight, you don't have to look at the stars. You only have to feel that same rhythm inside you. The slow ease of your breath. The heaviness in your arms. The softness of the bed beneath you. This moment is yours. And it is quiet. Very, very quiet. Let the tiger fade now into the background of your thoughts. Let it lie down beneath a tree, curling its tail gently beside it. Its eyes close slowly. Its breathing is deep and even. Just like yours. There is nothing to guard now. Everything is peaceful. There is a tradition that when children were born during certain seasons, parents would hang little paper tigers above their beds. Sometimes painted, sometimes cut out by hand. Each one unique. Each one soft around the edges. The idea was that as long as the tiger looked down, the child would sleep through the night without bad dreams. You can borrow that idea now too. Let the shape of that paper tiger hover gently above you. No weight. No sound. Just a soft symbol in the air, made only of care, and old belief, and calm. If you've made it this far in the story, your thoughts are likely quieter now. Your muscles softer. You might not even remember all the words. That's okay. The tiger doesn't remember every step it's taken either. It just keeps moving, or resting, or watching, because that's what it does. And you, right now, are doing exactly what you need to do. You are resting. You are drifting. And you are safe. Let the story keep going without you. Let the words continue like a stream running beside your dreams. Let the tiger walk farther ahead, into the soft dark of the forest. It will circle back when you wake. But for now, it walks quietly. And you sleep even quieter. You can sleep now. You can sleep. Somewhere, far beyond where thoughts can reach, the tiger walks still, soft-footed, steady, unbothered by time. Its path is not marked by signs or sound, but by a quiet knowing. Just like you, now. Drifting further from the day, deeper into the calm hush of night. Following the same kind of silence. That ancient, peaceful stillness. The tiger is not alone. It never was. In old beliefs, it was part of a larger harmony and unseen balance that kept the universe gently turning. There was the dragon, swirling through the skies. The turtle, steady and wise. The phoenix, rising and warm. And the tiger, always grounded. Always guarding. Always near. This balance was everything. It didn't need to be explained. It just was. Like the balance between night and day. Between waking and sleeping. Between listening and letting go. And if you're letting go now, even just a little, that's good. That's what the tiger would want for you. Not to hold on. Not to resist. But to rest. Fully. Deeply. Without question. There were stories, too, about how the tiger lived between worlds. Not fully here. Not fully elsewhere. Just enough in both to understand the edge between waking and dream. That quiet line you're crossing now. The one where the world grows softer. Where sound fades like morning mist. Where even memories rest. In some old villages, people carved tigers into the wooden beams of their homes. Sometimes hidden, sometimes clear. It was believed the wood would carry the spirit of the tiger, keeping the house strong. Keeping it safe. And when the winds howled outside, the tiger's carved gaze reminded them there was nothing to fear inside. You have that same protection now. Not carved in wood, but in story. In the air around you. In the quiet rhythm of this moment. You are wrapped in safety. In calm. In the quiet pause of something ancient, something steady, something that asks nothing of you except to rest. Long ago, warriors painted tigers on their shields. Not to frighten enemies, but to carry courage with them. Courage that didn't need to shout. Courage that could wait. That could be still. That kind of strength is with you, too. A kind that doesn't rush or roar. It just stays. There's an old tale where the tiger stood at the edge of the forest each evening as the sun dipped low, watching the shadows stretch across the land. It didn't move. It didn't blink. It simply watched and waited until the stars came out. Until everything was quiet. Until the world had gone to sleep. That's what you're doing now. Just like the tiger. Watching the edge of your own thoughts fade into quiet. Into stars. Into rest. Sometimes people would write poems about the tiger's silence. Not its power. Not its teeth. Just its quiet. Its still presence. The way it could be near without needing to be known. How lovely that is, to be present and at peace. To take up space gently. To simply be. And now, you're doing the same. You don't have to do anything else. You're already here. Already still. Already enough. Let your hands soften. Let your eyes drift. Let your breathing melt into the air around you. There is no right way to sleep. It happens on its own, when the body is safe and the mind is quiet. The tiger watches the stars now. It does not chase them. It simply observes, blinking slowly. As if it knows each light by name. It does not need to go far. It is already home. And so are you. Wherever your body lies now, it is the right place. You don't have to move. Don't have to fix. Don't have to plan. This is your den. Your resting space. Where the wind has stopped. Where even time has slowed down, curled beside you like the tiger's tail. There are legends about tigers who could appear in dreams. Not with claws. Not with growls. But as guides. Walking ahead, leading the way through quiet fields and soft hills. Stepping lightly over sleep and memory, over worry and thought. You can follow that tiger if you want. Not quickly. Not closely. Just enough to feel like you're going somewhere calm. Somewhere familiar. Somewhere without fear. The world of waking will still be there later. But this moment is for you. For your quiet. For your sleep. Let your thoughts loosen. Let your breath deepen. Let everything that tries to stay awake grow tired and fade. In one story, a tiger laid down beneath a tree so old that its branches touched the clouds. And for 100 years, it didn't move. It just breathed. Slowly. Constantly. Like the earth itself. That tiger became part of the mountain. Part of the wind. And even when it was no longer seen, people still felt it there, watching. Holding the world steady. That story, like all stories, isn't something you need to remember. Just something to feel. Softly. As you drift. As your body grows heavier and your thoughts more distant. You are being held now. Not in arms. But in stillness. In quiet. In the ancient comfort of something bigger than words. The tiger breathes. So do you. The tiger rests. So do you. The tiger watches, and you dream. There is nothing more you need to do. You can sleep now. You are ready.